welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy to see you here today. This is a space where I share inspiration, encouragement, and practical tips for families raising a child with autism. Together we celebrate the joys, navigate the challenges, and support one another in this beautiful journey. Today we are going to explore why our children are losing the items and how we can help them. Reason number one, it can be transition from summer to winter time. So you can imagine when during summertime a child is putting on only one single item of t-shirt, and in winter time they may need to put more than 2 or 3 layers to keep themselves warm. Most of the time when their child leaves home and heading to school, when they get there, they will have to remove their jacket. They will probably have to remove the jumper. It depends on the temperature in a class, so that they can adjust on what is there. Most of the time when they get to school, if the school is not organized well, this is where the problem comes. Your child will definitely lose some items. Another reason that your child is more likely to lose the items is sensory issues. So if your child is still dealing with the sensory, you can imagine putting on so many layers. As adults as well, as sometimes I feel very uncomfortable to keep up with so many layers. Now you can imagine a child wearing more than 1 or 2 layers on them. That can definitely make them very uncomfortable. So it could be sensory issues that it makes your child remove their clothes, and then they don't even want to care where those clothes have gone. Another reason, it can be lack of awareness. For example, if your child is in a school and they probably taken out to play, they will end up warm up while wearing those layers. So they will remove those clothes. Can be the jacket, can be a jumper, and once they remove them, they may forget picking them up while they are going back to the class. And also it can be very challenging for the teacher to know which one belongs to whom, especially if it's just the beginning of the cold season and all the children are trying to keep themselves warm. It takes a little bit of time for the teacher to notice or to realize what could belong to each child. Another reason is the fact that the children wear uniform. So when the children are wearing a uniform, it's hard to tell which jumper belongs to which child, because especially when the children are on the same age, they will tend to buy the same size. So that makes it really difficult for a teacher or even your child to get to know which one belongs to them and which one doesn't belong to them. So those are some of the reasons makes children lose the items. So now let's go through and talk about how we're going to help our children minimize the items they are losing from school. Tips number 1, I will start with the jacket. What I have noticed is that all the children who are going to school, especially when you get closer to the school, you can see that most of the children, they are wearing black jacket. The benefit of black jacket is because your child can wear them for 5 days and waiting to be washed during the weekend. And also, once they are dirty, you can easily wipe them up and your child can wear them next day, especially if it's only one jacket they have and they don't have a second one. So that's some of the reason it makes parent buy black jacket, and I am one of them. I always buy black jacket for my son because I can't keep washing throughout the week, washing a jacket, and also it takes time to dry. So I used to buy black jacket because they are so easy to maintain. At least my child can wear them from Monday to Friday, and then I will bother washing them over weekend So that's what I used to do. So when I get to realize that most of the children are wearing black jacket, especially that when my son, when he started secondary school, he lost 3 jackets in 3 weeks. So every single week he was losing a jacket. Ever since, I decided to buy him a bright color jacket. This can be any color of your child's favorite, if it's yellow, green, red, anything like that. So ask your child which one is your favorite color, and then make sure you buy a brighter color to make sure your child will easily pick up their own jacket. That's one of the tips that have worked. My son, when he started, as I said, he lost 3 jackets, and ever since I bought him a bright color jacket, he have not lost it. So that is working very well for him at the moment, and I'm so glad I managed to spot that. However, it can be different if your child is school. You cannot buy any other different type of color, especially if the school provide the jacket. It's gonna be another thing that to talk about, because when the children are wearing uniform, it's just uniform. You cannot change anything to do with the uniform. But the only thing I started doing, because he was also losing school jumpers, I bought a label, and I made sure that these labels, they are very completely different color. For example, my son's school, the uniform is black, is a black jumper. So I made sure that I bought a label that is completely off from black. So I bought him the white color and the red color. Also, make sure that when you're buying the labels, make sure they come with your child name. Make sure these labels are going for the bag, are going for the jacket and the school jumper. And also make sure that your child is aware where those labels are and how to look for them. Another tips that I can give you is making sure that before your child leaves home, allow them to be the one picking everything that they need to take. By doing that, they are already recording what they have taken and what they need to bring home. So for example, if your child needs a bottle, the lunchbox, a bag, a school jumper, make sure, give them that responsibility. Show them where everything is. Of course, I know you've prepared them, and making sure that they are the one to correct everything. Let them dress up themselves. If you have not started teaching your child how to dress themselves, please do, because it's very beneficial, especially if they have started school. That independence is needed. They need to be more independent to dress up themselves, because it can take time for the teachers to be the one helping your child to dress up. So start helping your child to learn how to dress. Also make sure that your child is aware where everything goes in their bag. One of the last tips is about checking with your child when you pick your child from school. For me, what I do ever since I realized that he tended to lose school jumper or jacket, now each time I pick him, the first things I will see, of course he will be in a jacket because it's winter time. Of course the jacket, I will see it, but now I need to go back in the bag to check if he's got the jumper. Just making sure that everything I gave him, it comes back. Because sometimes when I pick him up, I realize he doesn't have his bottle, he doesn't have his lunchbox, and I need to send him back to the class to go and look for it. And what I've noticed is that the teachers now have picked up that each time I pick him up, I need to check his bag to make sure that everything is in a bag. Before he leaves the classroom, the teacher avoids for me sending him back by making sure that she helps him checking what is in the bag before he leaves the classroom. Remember, each time your child comes back home with everything you've given to them, please do celebrate with them. Just show them that you are happy and encourage them and remind them that what they are doing is the best, because they have come back with everything that you've given to them. Because you need to show them that it's very important for them to look after their belongings. Because if you don't let them know that you are proud of them, then they don't see as something important. So show them first that it's important. Give them high five, give them hugs, give them a kiss, whatever that it makes them happy, so that they know that you are happy for them, that they are able to look after their belongings. So this needs to be a routine. Children with autism love routine. So if you continuously do this with your child, making sure you're on the same page, things are going to become much easier. Your bills of buying bottles, jackets, lunchbox, the bills is going to come down. Making sure that you communicate with your child and making sure that your child is aware what they have taken in their bag. So to recap everything, what I said is that if your child is struggling getting everything back home, make sure you get your child something that is completely different from what other children put on. If they all of them put on black jacket, if jackets are not uniform, make sure you buy a completely different color. Most of the children, their bottles, they buy them in a children's section. For me, what I did, I just had to move from children's section to adult section. Make sure you pick the bright color that will brighten up so that the teacher can notice, and also which will make it much easier for your child to know which one belongs to them. So if you play this game properly, you and your child, and as well, of course, with the teacher who is going to get involved by making sure your child brings everything back home safe, your bills is definitely going to go down. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video very helpful and inspiring, please don't forget to share and also subscribe to the channel. I would love to hear your thoughts, where you are struggling and how we can support one another, and also if anything that you're doing that is working for your child, please do share. We'd love to learn from you as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on my next video.